Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to continue with the topics I've been discussing lately or speaking about lately in my earlier videos, and that is the heart, or the middleman. When you are predominantly within your heart with your consciousness, and you are focusing and directing the thoughts and the will through the heart, balancing them out, not letting them touch each other in a sense. Because if thought meets will, well, you become more dualistic. So it is either freedom or necessity. But when you do have the spirit or heart in the middle, balancing them out, you have both. And it is fully possible to have both, because necessity and survival and everything you need to survive and to live is one thing, but you do not do these things 24/7, So in the open free time that you otherwise, well, you know what you do in those times. What do you do with that time? That is the perfect time for, well, cultivation of devotion, reverence, respect, love, beauty, compassion, warmth. And we have more than enough open time to do that when the opportunity presents itself. But it is about remembering it and reminding yourself that you do have, let's be awake and sense and feel and be alive within ourselves for a little moment. Doesn't need to be long. Could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or go all out, hours, days. It only matters on the dedication, the level of how willing are you to truly grow and develop as a soul and spirit. When you have heart, and yes, the heart can be hurt, but once you overcome that hurt, which requires a little inner strength and endurance, you have a strength that you didn't have before, and it will never affect you the same again, because you have reflected upon it, you have understood it, and hence you have been given strength to handle it with care, nurture, and carefulness. Carefulness, prudence. So, holding your heart as your leader, but you have your head so that you are not willy-nilly dragged everywhere and anywhere, but you have your head that directs your heart and your will. And your will is your driving force, but your heart warms up your thoughts. Your heart warms up your actions and your behavior and your deeds. And the more you choose to develop, grow, and strengthen the impulses of love. And now I'm not talking about what is defined as love today. No, this is like cosmic, super platonic love, where you see any human being, be it male, female, child, old man, animal, as equals. That is something we have to consciously hold ourselves to, because we have been taught a lot of things that is playing on in the background, and by actively, consciously training, you override those old ways. It's like you are two people. The one person that runs on automatic, reacting, and you as a conscious being. And as long as you're conscious and do not lull yourself to a certain trance or sleep while something is occurring, you are in control to a high degree. Not always, mind you. Something might be karmic. Something has to be experienced and being acted out in a certain way so that something in our past life can be made amends for. And hence it is much easier to, well, come to terms with these things. Karma has a lot to say in our development and our reality. Everything you see around us, from the struggles to the enjoyments to anything, is our whole of mankind's karma. If you think you came down here without karma, you are sorely mistaken. There was only one being that came down here without karma and left into the earthly spiritual realm without karma, and that was the Christ. But none of us are karma free. None of us. And for us to pay that debit account so that we can bring positive karma, healing to the world, needs heart, morality, goodness, and a willingness to hold a space and atmosphere for others to feel safe, warm, and included, to as best a degree as possible. But that as individuals, we cannot lose ourselves in the groups and become a transy mass either. Because those masses are, how often do you experience such masses being constructive, healing, and loving? Not very often. If nothing else, people unite in hatred these days. Uniting in a cause that is good, that is constructive, that is healing, that is redeeming. Now that we have to choose as from individual to individuals, uniting in groups of individuals, that chooses freedom and love, compassion, equality, but equality not only in empty abstract words, but equality in deed, in action, in behavior, in state of being. And you know it is possible. You need only be conscious, and be conscious of what you have been taught before, why you are doing these things now, and how you can do things differently. This is freedom. This is our inner freedom to shape our own being, to outwardly present ourselves in a more loving, beautiful, and nurturing manner. That is what it means to develop, to grow. This physical, we will not, as in Darwinism, physically evolve like the physical here, as you can see, will decay, fall away. It already is begun. The earth is already dying. But once the physical is fallen away, everything is dead. We are spiritual. We become sun-like, Jupiter-like beings. We don't need that physicality anymore. The delusion that we are only this body and this lifetime alone is done, is past. That age is past. We again need to introduce reincarnation and forward movement and reconcile with our past lives and past karma so we can move forward from incarnation to incarnation again. Instead of having this small life, you have a gigantic span of many, many lifetimes. You become eons years old, and you can start tapping into that experience too. By doing so, well, it is much easier to understand things. For one, because your soul already bear a, sorry my language, shit ton of experience already. But it is about, do you wish to reconcile with it? Are you afraid of what might have occurred in past lives and so on? Or are you willing to not believe in it and make things easier for you? Because once you do reconcile with reincarnation and past deeds and moving forward with deeds we create now too, it eases the path, and it makes things make sense. It makes the world, life, the many different stages of development, everything here starts to make sense. And we can start to help in a more objective and a healing way, instead of groping in the blind. You have an insight, a structure, an oversight, a overview of what is occurring. Of course, by no means are we even close to see every single puzzle piece, but that is what we are striving towards. We're striving towards being able to love and to truly understand, and understanding only comes from the heart. You won't gain any understanding from the head. The head is as detached from every theory, from every understanding as can be. Now, if you understand it with the heart, you know it sticks. You will remember it. You will know that this, yes, this is truth. But your head is a speculator. And your will, well, only wants to follow what the body wants. So the heart, stick to the balance. And that is what I will leave you with today. Thank you so much, you beautiful, beautiful individual, you. May you be protected, guided, blessed and loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, higher hierarchy, angel masters of old, and ancestors from every incarnation. Bless, protect, guide and love you. And may you be safe, provided for, and may you be inspired. And may you reach higher stages of development in, well, the steadiness, dedication, and in beauty. Thank you. Goodbye.